Yo, I'm actually quite excited. I hope something's gonna happen. Yo, what's up, everyone? How you doing? 1 minute left. 1 minute left. It's almost like we are counting down for New Year's Eve or something, right? Like, you know that feeling? Oh, yeah. We'll see if the market is gonna give us anything interesting. So in this live stream, what we're gonna do, everyone, is we will first observe the chart together. No analyzing, just checking what's gonna happen. What is the movement of a price? Make sure you trade safe and solid risk management, right? Because this is about to happen here, right? And we will observe it together. And then after the initial moves and stuff happened, we will analyze the chart from an Elliott wave point of view. It has to be said, I updated silver this morning, and if this is a wave of 4, it is starting to be relatively long to 2, but of course your invalidation is the 618. I'm gonna turn off the music. It is time. So it is now 2:30. Let's see if we get any volatility on the chart. So yeah, let's first observe the chart together, see what's gonna happen in the first couple of minutes at least. Talk together about the price section and whatnot, and then we'll take it from there. Then we'll take it from there. So and then afterwards, after the price maybe starts to settle a little bit, let's analyze the chart with the new information as well, right? So let's see what we get. Welcome everyone. And then after that is of course a bit of chatting and Q&A. I'll be online for an hour till like 3:30. So Andrew, Jeroen, welcome. Powermeet, Tim. What's up, Tim, man? Good to have you here. Powermeet, mon maître. What's up, man? I saw a little bit of chatting here. Gabriel, welcome. Go. Good to have you here. Trans Pro, what's up, T. Clapson? Sleeping. Muguez, are we watching the speak together? No, I don't watch only the chart. I am not involved with fundamentals at all and that sort of stuff. So I don't care what the news is. I just know that, okay, you know, I keep an eye on the times here and the date to see if there's any volatility on the chart, but I don't care about, like, you know, what it is and the result and, you know, all that stuff. I just observe the chart. Yeah. So the first song is called Dreamer. The second one is Samurai. Yes, correct. What's up, Sam? Back from mountain biking. Hopefully an enjoyable trip. Right on time as well. This time without a crash. Good on you. Good on you. Yeah, mountain bike crashes, they can be harsh, eh? Face down. What's up, Loke? Hunter, welcome. Good to have you here, man. You said it is morning. Here you are. Kiwi, welcome. Cosmin, it's been a while indeed, Kiwi, but probably good for your sleeping rhythm, no? What's up, JP? GP, happy CPI day. Put the chart on the 1 minute. It's too much up and down, I guess, on the one, but we'll have a look. What's up, Matt? How you doing? I'm doing good. Enjoyable day so far. Lots to think about. For me, like I'm gonna eventually take a couple of days just to like think about the vision, like where are we going with the channel and stuff, because everything went so much quicker than I expected. And Sam, this guy here, helped me out a lot by answering a question I gave him, as he is a entrepreneur himself. And a lot more experience than I have with building companies, building teams, and he gave me an incredible reply, and it just made my mind buzzing. So yeah, I got to get to work. Got to get to work. What's up, Joe? How you doing, Perko? Okay, wave 5 predicting. Yeah, sure. Let me know. 2.5 inflation. What does it mean? Super bullish. GTP Sleeper, Thunderin, welcome. David, what's up? Zarafa, 0.1% lower than expected. All other things like expected. Oh, as expected, as always, priced in. You know what I mean? Dara is already given. Data is already given. Damn it. Yeah, usually it's related to the news, exactly. So Wednesday, September 11th, and inflation rates month and year, and core inflation rates can definitely impact price action like volatility. So that is why it is interesting to keep an eye on the chart. Now, volatility might not always show itself immediately. It can also be, later in an hour or 2 hours, but it's definitely an interesting 2 days now, because of course tomorrow we also have stuff going on. Yaniv, welcome. Don't forget to ask the oracle. Oh yeah, up or down. Beerbit, what's up, man? How you doing? Yeah, I gotta ask my wife. What's up, Pi? Just here for a couple of minutes to watch the news, move a bit. Heading out for a sauna session. Enjoy, man. Enjoy the sauna session. Yeah, it's healthy. At least that's what they say, right? I like the sauna, like the gym where I do sports, fitness and stuff. They have a sauna as well, and a pool, bubble bath, and the steam room. It's great. I love the sauna after a session, or sometimes when I have like a lot of muscle aches, I go to the sauna. So yeah, it's nice. So far, nothing much. Exactly, man. What a bummer it would be, no? Even with a break, the Eves call me back. Yeah, so you were on a bit of a holiday, no? You said, Kiwi. Where was that message? But I had to come back. It's good to be on holiday. Take a little bit of a break. E-waves. E-waves. Always sound so awkward. You know what they say? I don't use Google. My wife already knows best. Tim. Okay, let's see what CVD is giving us here. So with the news on the 15-minute, let's see. Spiky, right? We still have the bearish CVD, a little bit of bullish CVD. I guess 3-minute is going to be more interesting. Wow. Patience. So yeah, what I was saying at the very beginning of the video, if you count this down as an impulse, right? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? And you pull a fib time from the start of 2 to the end of 2 to the end of your wave 3 here. You can see that wave 4 is starting to get quite long. Right, so preferably you start to have wave 4 being in, like it's already 5 to 6 times longer, and passing the 6, and you'll definitely lower probabilities of a wave 4. So you got to be aware of continuation. A wave 4 that is 5, 6 times longer than a wave 2 is not too common. So one has to be aware of potential continuation, of course. And besides that, Sam, actually the guy in chat here, he mentioned, I actually think last night, I saw it this early morning, but on some charts apparently, not on mine, but this high took the high on the left. So there is always that chance, at least, to count this move to the upside as this. Now I'll talk about it in a little bit more detail. This is definitely an alternative because a truncation is very rare. Right? Truncation is very rare. But this is very, very alternative. But it's interesting. It's just good to, it was an interesting thought where on some charts, this high took the one on the left. So if you would count 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, look for another 4 here and then another 5. So one more high. Probabilities haven't changed, by the way, as explained in the morning. Right? We still got this 886 going on here as well. Pull this fib back up. And the resistance that we have been hugging is the daily. Hit it twice now. And the next area is 59.1. And then we are back at 60K. Yeah, so far not much is happening. So, I mean, sometimes prices like spiking It's insane moving up and down, but today, not such a day. But we will, if price, like, let's give it a little bit more time, 8 minutes in. But then we're going to start the analysis. If you have seen the morning update, right, probabilities, at least on the 1 hour, probabilities haven't changed. On the 15 minutes, though, because your wave 4 is so large compared to your 2 in time, the probability slowly starts switching as well for not an impulse down. So preferably, if this is a wave 4, your high, preferably is in. Else your wave 4 is going to be so long compared to your wave 2. Now, of course, the invalidation is 57.2, so that's the level to see hit. If you would move up, take 57.2 before the low, probabilities increase. This is a 3-wave structure in an ABC, which automatically still, probabilities haven't changed, increases probabilities to take out the high. So The voice of Pi. Hey there. Welcome, man. Thank you for your wonderful channel. Always learning something new. I'm happy to hear that. Actually, it's great to read comments also when I just post videos of people learning things. They ask things, learn things, write things. It's really good to see. This is Jiri. I don't have to see the name. I know it's Jiri. Jiri. By the way, maybe a Band-Aid. Adam. I don't know if Jeroen, Mark are here, but cheers, guys. Welcome. Good to have you here. Odin. But Jiri, man, thanks for the 5 gifts to the channel. That's very, very appreciated. Also, thanks from the community. RJ69, Amir, Barzagar, Moho, Martina, and Rob Fox. Make sure to, thank you, Jeroen, fill in this link, right? Click on the link here, go to the forum, just, fill in the stuff there, and we will bump you up to silver membership, because the gifts are bronze, but I always like to put gifts into silver. So that's like short-term updates in between the content, sharing thoughts and things, and all that stuff. So make sure to check it out. But fill it in here. Just select gifted bronze. But Yuri, thanks, man. Again for the gifts. Appreciate the support, dude. Hopefully you're doing good. And also you got yourself a nice trade recently, eh? I've been keeping an eye on you in Discord. No? So good stuff. It looks like you found yourself some like decent consistency, no? You got yourself a plan. You know what you're looking for. It's good to see. I'm happy about it. And I like the fact that people send gifts. It gives the community something instead of just a donation, you know what I mean? So if you are new and just joined, what we're doing in this live stream here is we just observe the price action because of the news here. Right, so we keep an eye on what is happening locally before starting the Elliott wave analysis. I just started the stream about 12 minutes ago, and of course, like when the initial timer of the stream, the countdown timer ran out, so that's about 12 minutes ago, and I'll be online till about 3:30. So at least another like 45 minutes, seeing what price we'll do in that time. So we have enough time, but interesting to see what's going to happen, and then start the analysis. Now, as mentioned, on the 1 hour, not much has changed compared to my previous update, so that will be similar. It's just that the 15-minute time frame is more interesting, so that is why we're on this time frame as well. I got a question just now, like, yo, Koen, check the 1 minute, but I mean, 1 minute time frame. Well, what do we do here? I'm not a fan of going below the 15-minute. We do have an 886 touch here, by the way, which 3, 1 minute stuff. But 886 lowers the probabilities. This is a wave 1, 2 continuation, increases probabilities to take the low. But I mean, 1 minute stuff. My ass, I'll be sitting on the 15-minute happily. So, and then we'll start the analysis very soon. If you have questions, just ask them. It's like chatting and Q&A before the actual analysis instead of after. Really enjoyed the morning update. Hadn't connected dots like you had. Cheers, T. Clapson. Yeah, it's especially time was an important part of the morning update. You know? Have this high intact. Okay, thanks, Jenny. Yeah, decreases probabilities, right? Like a truncation is very rare. Thomas, at 5 a.m. Paris time, it dumped like a stone. Shit's getting bad. I mean, yeah. I mean, is nowadays 2%, right? Is that a dump? Yeah. I grew up in like on days where it was one day minus 20. This is like, you know, a little bit like peanuts. But of course, last night I highlighted the fact of a potential C down here, especially with the bearish CVDs, right? And yeah, once price started moving, volume goes up. It's nice to see price actually went for the lows, you know. So it's nice to see that play out. So yeah, it's good to see, good to see. Not truncated on a line chart. Yeah, because of the candle closes. So of course here the candle close is a lot lower than here, yeah. Volume starts picking up at 3:30 with New York. We might see the first few minutes of New York then as well. But let's see what happens. Yeah, at least there's a little move down now. Wave 4 no longer on the cards? Yeah, wave 4 is still on the cards. It's just, like, you mean on the 15? On the 15 still, right? But you don't actually want to take this high anymore. If this is 4, then preferably your high is in, you know? Because you start to have a very long 2 or a 4 against 2 now. So this is, it's still before the 6 pip time, but now you can see, now we are on top of the 6. So you don't want to end the wave 4 after a 6. You know, that's not really what we want to see. If you do move up, take this high here, probabilities go down for an impulse. So yeah. By the way, of course we had a vote here. Let me actually end the poll, because now we get information, so people can vote based on new information. First down, then up, 36%. First up, then down, 24. Up 20, down 18. Okay, I gotta say, these three are quite close. 149 votes. Not bad, guys, not bad. One day, I don't know how YouTube selects the people that receive a gift. The 1 minute probabilities here played out, right? Price took the 1 min low there. And 1 min value since the ETF. You mean volume, John? I do notice that based on your posts in Discord, you know, at times you struggle to now count the 1 min since the ETF. So price here took this low, right? So 886 touch played out, price took the low. Nice. Done. DXY is pumping like crazy. We probably get a hard push down soon. I wonder if stuff on the DXY is the same as on Bitcoin, that when you get a news event and you pump, right, related to news, if very soon after you then fill the news candle. You can, like, it's interesting. Just build some statistics on it, because this is incredibly interesting. You see it on Bitcoin a lot, that when price moves in a X direction, up or down, right, at the moment of a news event or soon after, it tends to stabilize and then retrace the whole move that you had towards the upside. I actually wonder if it's the same on DXY. I don't have experience here. But yeah, we are at least moving up. Interesting. But let's keep an eye on Biddy. See what's going on here. Loading. What if alt doesn't pump for the next 5 years? Then your portfolio is a stable coin. Or it goes to zero. Mario, welcome. Welcome. Yeah, the timer, yeah, when we start the analysis. So I'll wait a bit longer still. keeping an eye on what's happening here. Can we count WXY in fourth wave 5-minute chart? I look, first of all, I recommend it. Second, this is what I do. Don't count the 5-min charts. 3-min, 1-min, 5-min. Right? You can analyze these charts. Of course, you can do an alt or an alt. You can do a Elliott wave analysis on a 1-minute chart. It's just that it's a lot less trustworthy. Can you count a WXY in here? In that case, you would count this as a zigzag, right? This has to be your Y because in a sideways double combo, right? Sideways double combo. You then need a zigzag X and then flatten Y because W is a zigzag. W can only be a zigzag or a flat, but in this case, we would count it then as a zigzag. Then you have whatever, zigzag here in your X, right? And then you have A, B, took the low here, and then a C 5-wave move to the upside. So can you count it? Yes. Right? Yes. But this is 1-minute stuff. Not like, yeah. Can you count this as an ABC? Yeah. Can you count this as a 5-waver, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Right. And in that case, you can count W, right? And you can still move into X, Y, or some other random like correction. The thing is that if we hang around on a 15-minute time frame or a 1-hour time frame, we make our lives so much easier. But it depends on your trading style. But from an Elliott wave point of view, generally it's best to stay on the 15 or higher. It gives you a bit more time, while on the 15 things still change, but it's more clean, trustworthy. Got a notification from Moonboy saying a Bitcoin, a big volatility ahead. I try to never watch his videos anymore since half of the video is talking about making unnecessary trade for commission. I gotta say, our titles are not too different. Am I a Moonboy now? Big volatility ahead. Maybe he's watching me. Maybe he's like, wait. Koen got a title saying volatility incoming. Let me think about this. I'm going to do big volatility ahead. No, of course. He has no idea who I am. Oh, nice. Bear CVDs on a 15-second time frame. Shot. What's up, Rudy? How you doing, man? Oh, shit. You got sick in, what was it, Thailand or something? Where were you? Somewhere like in Asia? No? Hopefully you're going to be doing good soon, man. Get well soon. Yeah, down as fast as it goes up. It's just, I mean, you see that on Bitcoin often, like with the news. So it's definitely something I keep in mind. Typical newsday behavior on the chart. Good news, dump. Bad news, pump. It's exactly what we like to see, no? Wreck everyone. There's 12 participants excluding Koen and the gifter. I would have thought law of averages. I would have got about a dozen gifts by now. I don't know how it works. I believe it's random, of course, by the YouTube algorithm, but I don't know if it has to do with view time or subscribe time or it's that sort of stuff. Stocks and Bitcoin will drop. Yeah, I mean, that's true. But of course, if then DXY is going to give back that pump, of course, that could be Bitcoin moving above the highs here. Odin, how you doing, man? Welcome, Odin. Nuclear dogs. Yeah, we only swing failure this little low here. What's up, Hoshi? How you doing? YouTube will give the membership to the subscribers who are most active in the channel. YouTube wants to reward active use, so make sure you watch a lot of streams, like and comment. Tarun is a non-paid marketeer for the channel. Knows exactly what's going on. Bull CVDs on the half a second time frame. Would be best to trade in the New York session. Probably. We're going to be here for the New York session. I'm going to start the analysis soon. So, we get a bit more clarity. Of course, most of you probably watch the morning update. So, again, on the 1 hour, nothing changed. Probabilities remain higher. Whatever really happens here to take out this high at the latest stage. So that is your 1 hour directional bias. And on a 15-minute, things do start to change, because if you do look for an impulse down, which is this, your wave 4 is getting very long now compared to 2. Take a fib time from the start till the end, right? I said it earlier in the stream. So yeah. So we are now at the 6 fib time. Like if this is a 4, you want this 4 to, you know, to end. Like you don't want to take this high again for a 4, as then the probabilities increase. You got yourself a 3-wave structure. I mean, that only supports the probabilities to sooner or later still look for that high. So I gotta watch my words. I think the last video of Moonboy was telling people they can short after price had dumped about 10% by opening an account at Bybit, and literally the next day price bounced. I don't know. I mean, back in the day when I started, those were the YouTube channels I saw, you know, that the first ones I saw. I quickly learned those are not the places to hang out. But anyway, I wonder what people see in that content. I think people don't really watch it for like educational purposes. It's more that audience, that target audience of that guy has a Lambo and he flashes with it all the time, right? I don't like to flash assets or talk about it usually, right? So it's a guy that is always flashing lifestyle and talking big, but and then showing like $1 million trades and whatnot, because that's what keeps people like there. But it's a certain audience that he attracts. You know, it's not the audience I want. They can go there. It's like the signal audience, the get rich quick audience. You know, that type of like audience. And it's no problem. I mean, everyone needs their own, right? Silver is 10, but if you gift someone, then I bump them up. So gift is bronze is 3. But yeah, there's interesting videos as well from other YouTubers that analyze their signals and stuff. Should check it out. But anyway, you should have been gifted a long time ago. New asset class. Yo, BBL. Developing a new asset class. What you talking about? The Tate brothers. What's that? What are they called again? You have the bald guy and the hair guy. Andrew and who's the other dude? I forgot the other name. Andrew and what's his brother? I forgot. Doesn't matter. Yeah, I think he has the brownish one, no, with the number 16 at the front. It's a nice car. Can't deny the car. The car is. Yeah, I love cars. And I do like the custom Bugatti. Not gonna lie, I think it's a great look. I don't care about the owners, but I do care about the car. I mean, that's a great. I think it's a nice look. I was gifted to Alex 3 times, and I wasn't in the stream. Okay, yeah, Tristan. There you go. The bald guy and the hair guy. Yo, Mark. By the way, what's up? How you doing? Good to have you here. How's the house doing? So price has now locally retraced a big portion of the move to the downside. All right. So if we take a Fibonacci from the high to the low, toggle on the 886. The 886 is touched, then the probabilities are higher to take out the high because it's rare for 2, common for B or X, and you move down, highly likely C or Y. Taking out this high also reduces the probabilities of this price action here being a wave 4 because of time. Right, so it slowly gives so first of all, we didn't hit the 886 yet, but and the 886 is at what? 56847 on my chart. Just take it from the high to the low. But if you do take out this high, probabilities do increase here. Oh, we got to call 1 second. Yeah, 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 4 5 decreases. And that means your alternative bearish scenario is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So this is going to be your 5-wave structure. So then you have this. This is going to be your wave A or your wave 1. You look for wave 2 or wave B. And then another move down in a wave C or a wave 3. That's going to be your bearish scenario. I mean, that's relatively straightforward stuff, but I'll put it on the chart in a second when we do the analysis. It's almost 3 p.m. We've been looking at the chart for 30 minutes now, so I guess we can slowly pick things up. So let me put this on the chart here. So I'm going to remove this. No, I'm going to keep that one. Not yet analysing. That's what I wanted to say. God. Nice. This is, of course, your bullish. ABC. Of course, most bearish would be a double 1-2. 1-2, 1-2 down, but your second wave 1 is longer than your first in price. It's possible, but impacts the probabilities a bit. Also longer in time. Of course, your bullish scenario is, of course, very clear. Finished ABC here, and then a wave 4. And then now you're looking for price to, of course, continue. Now, by all means, okay, let's start the analysis because I'm now like going into low time frame stuff. We can do that in a second. Let's go to the analysis, make sure everyone knows the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view, and then we can like mess around with like some new stuff on the lower time frames, right? Like, also, I don't want to make people confused. So let's start with the overview, the analysis. Everyone aligned. We know what we're looking for and how probabilities change, and then we can get to it. So yeah, what's up? Oh, Kiwi. I see the hand. I'm like, hey. Meme coins. I got a message on Discord earlier today, and I get a lot of emails from exchanges and all that stuff, but I always say no. Also, companies that want to do in-video advertisements. Right, you have no idea, guys, how many of those emails I get unless you are a creator on some platform. You'll probably have an idea. I say no to all that stuff because I always reply if I even reply. Usually I don't really, but I always say the community and viewers are my number one priority. And what I find very annoying is that after 1 minute of watching a video, people have a 1 minute ad, not like an advertisement from YouTube, but integrated in their content. They talk about, oh, and by the way, have you seen that, and now you have pop. And I always try to like quickly skip through it or find where the video continues, right? It's so annoying. Now, I don't like to do that stuff. You'll never see that on this channel. If I would do something like this, I would put it all the way at the end of the video when we're finished with the content and then put an ad there. And I don't care if that is then less money, what or not, because I don't care about the money. I care about your experience watching my videos because that is most important to me. And oh man, I always dislike that stuff. Like I get so many of those emails. And earlier today, I got a message about meme coins, but I am not involved in that stuff. I'm not involved in the meme coins and the random stuff. And then, oh, by the way, guys, buy this now. It's going to launch soon. And, that's not I don't want to get into that stuff and the risk and that's not my vibe. Red Bull. Yeah. I mean, Red Bull Racing, Ferrari, Mercedes. Exciting. Baku next, yo. Baku next. I don't know about 886 probability. Around new price seems to like to take out new traders both sides. 886. Yeah. I mean, the 886 locally on the 1 minute played out, but we still have here the 15. That remains interesting. Do you know YouTuber Caesar? No, I don't. Nah, there's more thumbs up, mate. But probably you need to refresh. 58 now. New microphone, same microphone. Maybe I talk louder. Based on your FIP time, and when is the wave for likely to end in real time? Let's go to that now. Let's start now. Hybrid Wills, what's up, man? One bet channel out there or our go-to channel for Elliott Wave. Great work, brother. Hope to meet you someday. Yo, thanks for your message, man. Makes me happy to read that stuff. I appreciate it. Where do you live? Hope to meet you someday. Of course, I'm in the south of France now. I'm not in the Netherlands anymore. But yo, I appreciate you popping in and dropping that comment, man. Hybrid Wills. Thanks, eh? Yeah, it makes me happy. Okay, let's get this started. We are currently 41 minutes in, and we waited for a little bit of like news stuff. Oh, we took the high now, by the way. Very nice. So let's start. So wait, can I refresh? Double checking. Yeah, we did. Okay. So cool. Now for the ones that saw the morning update, a little bit of like same information here, and then we go to the 50-minute. But I just want to make sure everyone here is aligned, right, with what we're looking for. We will mainly focus also in the upcoming period on what's happening here. However, on a 4-hour time, let me wait. I'm going to start in 10 seconds when it hits 42. So 3, 2, 1, boom. On the 4-hour time frame, guys, the probabilities are higher for this move to the downside to be a three-wave structure, right? Explained it in the morning analysis yesterday and also last week when we were analyzing the structure down. Now, the reason the probabilities are higher, this is a three-wave structure, right? Another 5-wave structure is because of this portion. Now, for your information, if this was a 5-wave structure, an impulse, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, typical impulsive structure, no overlap between 1 and 4. Wave 3 has to be an impulse by itself. So an internal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? If we had a 5-wave structure here, the probabilities would have been very high to look for 5, 3, and another drop to the downside, right? However, the probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure. And the reason for this is because of all the overlap here. Yes, we had a quick move down, but we never saw a 2, a solid 3, a 4, and a 5. Now we can try to count as a 1, make this a 2, but then where's our 3, right? Where's our 3? Because we need 5 to finish here. But how do we finish 5 here? This has to be your 5, meaning somewhere here is your 3. Question mark, no? Same is true if you do this, 1, WXY and a 2, finish over here. And then what? 3, 4, 5. The problem is that 4 overlap with 1, which is not allowed in an impulse because of the overlap. So that reduces the probabilities for an impulse. Also, the fact we had the highest amount of volume in the downtrend here, in the low, right, increases the probabilities that this low is a wave C or a wave Y. In other words, a corrective low. It's not a wave 5. Wave 5 would be an impulsive low. Right? Now that aligns with the price action here. So higher probability for a WXY or an ABC doesn't actually really matter. A 3-wave structure. That is what matters. Because what is now important is that we can analyze this structure to the upside based on time with this move. So because this is higher probability a 3-wave structure, we can now relate this move to the upside to the move here to the downside, right? So we can take that FIP time that I have on my chart here from the start to the end of the move down, toggle on the 0.382, which you see on my chart here. And preferably, this structure is going to end after the 0.382, which it didn't because the highs here are made before the 382. So from a time perspective, preferably, we're not yet finished here. right? And even if I take a fib time from the low at 49 to the high here, add 65 to the low over here, right? So what we now do is now we compare this move up with what's going on here. We haven't even gotten close to the 382, right? And we do like to see a good ratio between the waves, right? Ratio analysis, time analysis, Elliott Wave International, as well as the book Elliott Wave Principle by Frost and Prechter talk a lot about time as well. It is a fundamental thing in the Elliott Wave theory. And in the book, there's a whole chapter dedicated to ratio, time, alternation, which also has to do with time and more, right? So preferably, we are going to be stuck here for a longer period of time and not necessarily sideways, right? Also, of course, could take the high, but just by all means, if we do move down, bearish scenario coming up, the probabilities remain higher. We are not going to do that, right? Because of time, because of the highs here being made before the 382. So now with this information, we can go to the 1 hour time frame. And these are your bearish scenarios. So as explained, if we want to end a structure here, we need to finish with a 3-wave structure. Tada, right? That's the end and you move down, right? Below 49K. Now the reason, as mentioned, the probabilities are low for this to be the end of a 3-wave corrective structure and strong continuation to much lower prices is because of time. The red 382 is the same as the white one, right? So we have now passed it, but we have not finished a corrective structure. So preferably, if we count this move up here as a corrective structure, 3 waves, the probabilities are higher. Even if you move down, you are looking for a WXY or a flat A, B, C. Now a WXY at the moment, 1 second. Gotta keep drinking. Oh boy. Okay. Holy moly. So we would be looking for the WXY or the ABC. At the moment, of course, the WXY has the priority, right? Now the WXY here, target is on the chart in yellow, 56.4, 54.1, taken from the low to the high of W. And special attention to the 07 here at 54.9. Because if you hit the 07 and price does this, right, the probability significantly decrease for a double zigzag WXY. In other words, it increases probabilities for a sideways WXY or the flat. And that is why I have the ABC on my chart as well, which is a expanding flat, most common flat structure out of the 3 flats that exist. Expanding flat, number 1, regular flat, less common, right? Uncommon flat, and then a running flat, your most rare flat. Now the B target all the way down here, 55, 150.4K. We do have some support around that 1.236. Literally the final area of support, 51.4K. Point of control of the small little range that we had at the low, right? But yeah, we're not close yet. And after B, we then look for C to the upside to take out the highs here. Okay. So that is for the bearish scenario in the 1 hour. Then we have the bullish scenario. I'm going to remove this because a truncation is very rare. I did this for fun and giggles earlier in the morning and I saved it. Let me at least explain it, right? So first of all, what you're going to hear now and see now is low probabilities, okay? But I was playing around this morning and Sam is here in the chat, I guess, or maybe he's showering after his mountain bike trip in Switzerland. But he said on some exchanges, this high took this high. And just for the sake of keeping that in mind, I was puzzling with, okay, could we do something with that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and then another 5. However, a truncated 5 that doesn't take the high of 3 on my chart, Coinbase, and I think on Bybit, Binance, Sam mentioned a couple of exchanges that also did not take this high, including Binance, Bybit, Coinbase. It remains very rare. of course, a truncation 5 not taking 3. It's very rare. So I was just playing around with it, but I actually forgot to like remove the stuff. So I'll do that now during the stream. So we just do this. Okay. So for the bulls, right, your impulsive scenario would be this. A 5-wave structure, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then eventually a wave of 5. Now it's a little bit tricky, no? It's a tricky impulse, and the reason is this here, right? In particular, the start. Now there is a way to count this, and I like to show this. 1 second. Because Stuba is a great Elliott wave counter. He's in Discord. You'll see him sometimes in the public group and in the gold Elliott wave group as well, to count it as an impulse like this. So 1, 2, diagonal 1, short 2, 3, 4, and then we have our wave 5. And then this is another internal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that would be the way to count this as a 5-wave structure, right? But by all means, what we are looking for, the invalidation, is exactly the same, right? So you take a Fibonacci from the low to the high of 3, and your invalidation is 55.3, right? That is what we're looking for. Or at least, if you're bullish, that's not what you're looking for, right? Now, your common target area for a wave 4 is the 0.5 to the 236. Now, clearly, we have been ranging in this area, right? The 0.5 at 55.8. I'm mainly interested in the 0.618. I generally don't really tend to have those individual targets on my chart, because as long as you don't hit this, there is wave 4 potential here, right? So in this case, we are then looking for a wave 4 and one more leg to the upside in a wave 5, right? Now, imagine this is the end of your 4 here after an A, B, C wave structure to the downside, right? And we move up. Then what are the targets for 5? What do you have to think about? Okay, so this is more also education. How do I get to targets for 5? First of all, take a Fibonacci from the start to the end of your wave 4. And toggle on the 1.618 and the 1.236. Target area number 1. 2. Take a trend-based subextension from the start of 1 to the end of 3 to the end of 4. Toggle on the 0.618. The 382 is an extra, but we can remove it. Toggle on the 0.618. Right? And then third, take a trend-based subextension from the start of 1 to the end of 1 to the end of 4. Toggle on the 1-to-1. And if you like channels, you can also take a channel from the end of 2 to the end of 4 to the end of 3. And toggle, oops, that's my end channel. And then you preferably want price to end in the upper half. That's the nicest area. Or at least midline to upper half area. Right? I'm not generally too big of a fan of using the channel as a target for 5. I like the horizontals. But anyway, it gives you a target area sitting here between 58.4 and 59.5K. Which is interesting because it also happens to align with resistance, and especially the high of the white box is the point of control on a 4-hour time frame, taking a volume profile from 49K to where we are now. Beautiful. Love to see it. Now, so the point of control here, confluence with the target box. That's why I have resistance here. And also the target for wave 5. Of course, price can move slightly above or whatnot, but it's nice to see. Right? It's nice to see that confluence. And before reaching the point of control, there is one more smaller hurdle, which is, this is current resistance, by the way, so the daily, that's the one we've been hugging now. But over here, 59.1K, right? So another daily, also in that same white box. So the invalidation for an impulse to the upside is the 0.618. Touch this, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure. Probabilities are higher to look for WXY or an ABC. In all of these cases, the probabilities remain higher to still take out the highs, both in the bearish and the bullish scenario. And that is the directional bias. Now that is also supported by this 886 here on the chart, taken from the high to the low, the start to the end of the beginning of this range. The fact the 886 is touched here increases the probabilities this move down is corrective. Now, people that have been here on this channel for a long time, they know exactly what I'm going to say now. But I keep saying it, The 886, right? I should put this on a t-shirt or something. 886, rare, right? Rare for a wave 2, common for a wave B or a wave X. Increasing the probabilities, this move down is a wave C or a wave Y, which in turn increases the probabilities to still take out that high. Right? There you go. And I like to show you, by the way, an example of this where we did not immediately move up, because it doesn't necessarily mean, oh, we just go up instantly. Right? So I just want to use this as an example here. Here we touch the 886, right? Probabilities, as mentioned, rare for 2, common for B or X. Any move down, high probability of C or Y, increasing probabilities to take the high. It took a little while, but we got back up and took the high. 886 probabilities. Most of the time, though, it happens relatively quick instead of taking this long. But nonetheless, it is a great Fibonacci level to know about, which impacts the probabilities from an Elliott wave point of view. Right? You can't just pull random 886s, by the way, from like every low to every high, but you know, ask questions if you're curious. But nonetheless, we have a very clear high here, right? To the low, toggle it on, touch the 886, probabilities higher to still take out the highs. And that then brings us to the local price action here, where your bullish scenario is a finished ABC to finish wave 4, and then look for an impulse to the upside, of course, in your wave 5. So this is your bullish scenario on the 1 hour, but then this is your 15-minute sub-degree count, right? This is your most bullish count. And for the bears, we need to do a little bit of analysis, because that is what I mentioned at the beginning, as in, I don't have that on my chart. We also now hit the gap, by the way. Touching a gap for the first time has a high probability of giving a reaction. If you close a candle in this gap, probability is high to fill the gap and move to 57.4. Just some additional, just a tip there. So for the bears, because we know the probabilities here are higher to label this a wave B or a wave X, the bears would be looking here for WXY, right? Or you're going to be looking for, it's similar as the 1 hour, or you're going to have A and look for a flat B and then a wave C to the downside. So in other words, 3-wave structure, correction, looking for another leg to the downside, hitting support. We do, you saw it maybe earlier, have some support here, which is interesting, a little bit lower. 54.9, 54.5, right? Area of interest. So this is how the time frames are connected on the 15 and the 1 hour time frame. We do, and this is the thing, we do still have bearish CVD divergences on a 15-minute time frame. So yeah, it's difficult. So the 1 hour is very clear, right? Probabilities on the 1 hour, very clear. Probabilities are higher to still take out these highs at some stage, right? Now locally, we're looking for an ABC, finished, continuation up, or this is a corrective structure to the upside, but then we have to start counting like 5-minute stuff, and I'm not too big of a fan of this, of counting 5-minute. Is there the potential to count an impulse here? Yeah. But in that case, we have preferably finished our correction. Let me just quickly put some stuff on the chart here, a little bit of live. So this could definitely be potentially some sort of a flat here. Take do. We hit the golden pocket, common target for a 2. So preferably if we are bullish, this is going to be your invalidation. And for the bulls, you'd be looking for this, where there's always the potential for a double 1-2, but you don't want this low to break. And of course, if you are moving in wave 3s, you definitely like to see price supported by local, preferably local bullish CVDs and volume moving to the upside. Now this is volume, like news related volume, but we want to see price continue, right? A wave 3 is most commonly the most impulsive, highest volume structure of an impulse, of a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if a wave 3 is struggling, right, no problem. We can still have 1, 2, 1, 2, but we definitely want to see bullish CVDs coming in if so, because we do still have the bearish ones here. As you can see, the red lines here on the chart. Let's go to the 3-minute time frame, and also on the 3-minute time frame at the moment, we have a little bit of bearish CVDs here. Right, so keep an eye on it. We haven't yet changed market structure here, so the CVDs are interesting to know about. What I would like to see is market structure in line with CVD, right? So yeah, we have market structure locally to the upside here, but so far not supported by bullish CVDs yet on a 5, 3-minute nor 15-minute locally. We do still have the bearish CVDs, and preferably on a 3-minute we get a change of structure, right? And then you move to the downside, and the support at 54.9 is very interesting. 54.9, 54, like 54K pretty much. So yeah. But then we're still going to label it on the 1 hour time frame as a bigger WXY or ABC. So yeah, that's that, you know. There's that. Anything else? Anything else? Oops, that was my ring. Yeah, what to look for, what to look for, what to look for. Now, the fact that price moved up here, right, reduces the probabilities. This is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5. Preferably, this is a finished structure now, which you can label as a wave C, a wave A, or a wave 1, of course. Now, preferably labeled as a wave C, because we did not take the high over here. So probabilities are higher that this is one structure now, and then an ABC in that case. And we have the bearish CVDs here, 3-minute bearish CVDs. I bet these played out now. Let me have a look here. Oh, almost. Red candle, CVD is moving up, more buyers than sellers in this candle, but it's red and it just closed. So that's what we call it, like it's a bearish in candle divergence. The divergence like plays out the moment you take the low of the candle. So it's not really interesting from a trader's perspective because the movement is so small. But it is interesting in the context of the little bearish CVD you have there. But yeah, so it is news. It is a news day. If price takes the low, high probability, we're going to be looking for a bigger move down, WXY. Your most bearish scenario is, of course, a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then look for a very big wave 3 to the downside. 1, 2, 1, 2, and then a 3. But that's, again, that's lower probabilities because the probabilities are higher that this is not a finished structure because of time. So even if you take the low, probabilities are higher for an ABC. So we do want, if price moves down, we want it to move down in a 3-wave structure. So yeah, an impulse down, double 1, 2, not the highest probabilities, plus your wave 2 here hit the 8, 8, 6, which is very rare. So in other words, 1 hour probability is high to still take the highs, but locally, yeah, it's a bit tricky. We have the bearish CVDs, but we do have bullish CVDs here, But I care now more about what's happening here. So I like to use CVD as a guidance, preferably if price is moving up and ranging up. I like to eventually see bullish CVDs coming in locally. Same for the bears. If we move down, I like to see bearish CVDs coming in locally as price then moves down. So it's a little bit in a neutral state. We haven't really changed any structure on the 3-minute also. Still moving higher highs, higher lows so far. But we do have bearish CVDs. And in fact, we have the bearish CVDs here, plus an in-candle bearish CVD. We got to pay attention to this. We're almost taking this low now. And on the 15, we have these bearish CVDs going on as well, right? So the 3-minute CVD is in line with the 15. And the 15 target is that low. The 3-minute time frame has played out now. So the 3-minute bearish CVDs played out, leaving the 15-minute, which is target low here. What was the voting earlier? Was there any percentage for up then down? I mean, we also had down and up. It depends. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. Access to Discord. Did you make a brand new account, Yannick? If you did, let me know your Discord username, and I will probably unban you, because we have protection against scammers, and only accounts older than 1 day can join Discord. So of course, if you, by the way, touch the 886 here, probability is high to take this low, probability is high to take this low, and you know how it goes. Elliott wave analysis at 42. So now we have New York opening. Let me have a quick look at what's been going on here. We were here because this was the latest message I replied to. I checked your keynotes on YouTube. Do you only have keynotes about the gaming scene so far? Yes. I'm a global keynote speaker. That's my background. I've been in that industry now working in it for 18 years. I was a professional gamer, television host, global keynote speaker, entrepreneur in the industry, different companies, several companies, board member of the Global Esports Federation. That's what I still do. Plus, I'm still a speaker. But I mainly talk on business-related events about the industry. And I do not yet have any keynotes that are crypto-related or that sort of stuff. Of course, I can talk, but I was talking to BTCC, one of the partners, and they were like, are you going to Token 2049 or something? It's an event somewhere in the world. I don't actually know where, but it's apparently a big thing. So they were like, are you going? I'm like, I don't have any plans. I don't really know yet what the events are in this industry, and I'm just happy here at home doing my thing. And they know I am a speaker as well. So they were like, if things continue like this, before you know it, you might actually be standing on the stage at one of the crypto events. And I'm like, I'm happy to stand on the stage, but I have no idea what do I talk about. I mean, I don't know anything about future of crypto, new projects, and all that stuff. But then they were like, no, it's not about like that only, right? It's more about your way of trading, your experience, your thoughts of where things might go with, for example, Bitcoin, your analysis, Elliott waves, strategies, that sort of stuff. And I'm like, well, I can talk about that, but I don't have like a keynote set. Like that would be a first timer. I've never given a presentation yet on something crypto trading related to an audience. There's always going to be a first time. So on the 4-hour chart, yeah. So Mr. Brownbug, on a 4-hour time frame, right? The fact that the highest amount of volume of the local move down is in the low here, as you can see, right? Price moving down, but we have the highest amount of volume here. Increases probabilities that this low is a wave C or a wave Y, because in an impulse 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, by far most common, wave 3 has the highest amount of volume, which is currently this candle. So if we would count this impulsive, we want to count this as a 1, 2, couple of 1, 2s, whatever, 3, and then 4, 5, and then see a couple of 4, 5s. Highest volume in wave 3. However, as price retraced to the upside, first of all touched the 618 here, taken from the recent high to the low, started to lower probabilities, and then the 618 higher, took 57k, and now we have overlap here with a potential one, if you would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The probabilities, of course, like you have volume in the low, the moment a wave 3, or I should actually say differently, the moment you invalidate a wave 4, immediately higher, this is a 3-wave structure with the highest volume in C or Y. So when you have a candle with the highest amount of volume in a local trend, right, that's why I love to focus on a wave 4, because if you hit the 618, which was somewhere here locally, the probabilities immediately increase for that low to be a wave C or wave Y. So that is how volume matters in that move to the downside, and why the probabilities are higher to label it a wave C or a wave Y. Also welcome, by the way. Yeah, wave 5 tends to end, of course, on lower volume compared to wave 3, by far most common. I checked all the high, and every chart shows that the high didn't get touched. Okay. Diagonals do it like that. Yeah, they don't occur in the middle. Diagonals do not appear in the middle. This is art. Funny emote here. Cheers, Obelix. The high will eventually... Yeah, exactly, Eric Dorion and La Flamme. That is indeed the quote. Stephen Chen, how you doing, man? Good to have you here. Good to have you here. Welcome, Mr. Diamond. Yeah, New York is open now. How does your chart stay so clear when mine looks like a toddler has attacked it with a bunch of crayons? Nice one. Let me show you something. First of all, we go down to this one. Easiest way to trade, less is more. Check out this video, which is about target boxes. So this video is about how I organize my support and resistance levels to avoid all the shit on my chart and just have very clear areas of interest. So that cleans up my chart, which is your question. So I use this, right? Target boxes. And back in the day, my chart, I had so many different tools that I was using and testing that if I toggled everything on, then this is what you'll see. I don't know if you can see this, of course, especially if you're watching now the live stream on the phone, you might not be able to see it. But my chart looked like this. You can't even see the price anymore. And at a certain moment, I noticed that back in my early days, it started to lead to analysis paralysis because I had so much shit going on. I always had a line somewhere. So, and you guys know I talk about the 6 steps a lot. So what I eventually did is, out of my experience with all of the different tools, I selected a few of my favorite tools. And I started to experiment only with these, which then eventually led to me putting on these boxes to avoid having all the individual lines on the chart, right? I can do this. For me, this is already messy, what I have now. But so I like to clean it up. Now, I could arguably put a target box here, which I'll probably do after the stream here, the 2 daily naked point of controls. That's an area of support. Interesting. But I always have my boxes And they include some of my favorite tools, right? And everyone has different favorites, but these are some of mine. And the boxes are nicely respected. If you go back to the videos that I made over here in August, we had a box here acting as resistance, right? Box here, support. So, yeah, and it cleans up the chart, makes it feel very calm, right? I like a very clean, organized working environment, because in the end, trading is a business, right? So I wanna approach it as a business, and I want to have a clean structure, clean environment, because when I trade, I don't want to have so much shit on my chart, because I won't really be able to trade. I don't know anymore what to do. Yeah. To the east, to the west. What's up, Yuri Costa? Triangle. Let's go as 1 minute stuff. Almost there. Almost at the bottom. Yeah, but from a time perspective, the probability is reduced. You got a 4 and a 5 here. So if you take a fib time from the start to the end here, you can see we passed the 6 fib time. So this high here is made after the 6 fib time of 2, meaning this structure is 6 times, oops, that's a nice 6 times longer, over 6 times longer than 2. So it reduces the probability. So even though you did not hit the 618, right, taken from the 2 to the low, right, you didn't touch the 618, you got close, but you didn't touch it. So even though you didn't, quote unquote, invalidate wave 4 with price, the probabilities for a wave 4 are significantly reduced because of time. So, yeah. Now that price, of course, took this low here. Probability is higher. We got a 3-wave structure. Let me do this. Take it from the low. From there to there to there. I mean, you still have flat potential. I would do this and look for the 886. There we go. You can still have a flat here of some sort, or not. Wait 1 second. 1 second. Let me be extra. Do it this. Do this. Do this. No. A flat has low probabilities because you touched the 1.618. So counting this as a 1 and all of this as a 2 and then a 3 has low probabilities. Same with counting this an A and then flat in B and then look for a C. Low probabilities because your flat B hit 1.618. So the probabilities are higher. You got a new structure here, right? This is like 3-minute stuff. We had bearish CVDs here, so from an impulsive perspective, a little bit of a volume increase. So you would count it as 1, 2, 3. You'd be looking for another 4 and a 5. Invalidation for wave 4 is the 618. Do I want to use this or this? This or this? 56.8. If you hit 56.8, got to be aware of either a double 1-2, but that's not ideal. Second wave 1 is so long. So probability is high. You got a 3-wave structure. So yeah, so I'm not really looking for a wave 4 anymore because of time. Disappointment. Yeah, we got a little bit of action now, of course. More confidence for wave 5 today. The average gain is 59,596 and the bounce is from the average loss and support level. If someone didn't sleep, TP1 should already be safe. Exactly. The average gain is 59,596. I would need to deep dive more in what you're writing in Discord to fully understand it. 51.2, bounce to 66. Screenshot this and play it back in 2 weeks' time. I'm good, but make sure to follow your plan, stick to your plan, and especially trade the plan. Which game? Trackmania. I know. It's not one of the biggest games in the world, but that game got me to where I am today. Oh, it's such a good game, guys, I swear. It's a racing game, Trackmania. I'm a racer, man. I love speed. I love cars. I love speed. I love racing games. Yeah, I love go-karting. I love fast motorbikes. I think I do love cars more than motorbikes if I have to pick one category. So yeah, cars is more my thing. AJ Kumar, Kunj, your best trade as per analysis basis. I do not give any signals nor financial advice, so that would be something that of course is on you. I do share the way I trade and my strategies based on data, based on like what I look for on the chart in Diamond. So if people really want to explore more of what is this Kun doing, like how does he use what he does and trades it, and then that's a place to be. But that's how I trade. It's not, I am now entering this position, here's my stop loss and here's my take profit, because I do not do signals. And that's a choice I made from the very beginning. I want to help people to fish. I don't want to fish for people, right? Like I don't want to do anything related to signals. It's not me. It's not my style. And I don't support that behavior in this industry, because I think it's actually very bad to do that. There is no shortcut. If you want to be a long-term profitable trader, right? The only way to get there is to avoid signals at all costs, right? Instead, you got to make your own plan and your own strategy, which is exactly what happens in Diamond, right? And helping people to develop that, but also sharing some of my stuff, so people understand how I created my strategies or how I approach my trading and my routine and my rules, so that hopefully they it helps them. So news taking out pivots on both sides multiple times is typical. Yeah, I mean, we do have decent volatility, right? I mean, a little bit down, up, down. I mean, it's nice. It's nice. What is then the whole move from 49k till now? A three-wave structure, highest probability. So we can label it as a wave 1 for a big diagonal, wave W, wave A for a flat. But if you go into wave W or wave A for a flat, then you're going to be looking for more downside likely later. We still have a triangle as well, opportunity for a triangle, with that being a wave B. And finally, it can be a wave 2 of a diagonal to the downside. So make sure, by the way, Florian, I think what's best is to check out the longest analysis I've ever done here, which 37 minutes was it? Where is it? Oh, here, no, 43. Wait, was it 43? Oh, this is that's a live stream. Oh, here, this one. So check out this video here, 37. I have the timestamps in like everywhere, so you can check out the timestamps. That's analysis on the daily. No Assetto Corsa. I never I can play sim racing games, but Trackmania is a controller keyboard game mainly. But if you put me in a sim, I'll be up there. I won't be on professional level, but I'll be a lot faster than the average person that jumps into a sim. And of course, that's mainly because I've been playing Trackmania professionally for 11 years, which also gets you to events, and you sometimes try sims and all that stuff. But because of playing racing games for so long, and then of course also go-karting and stuff, like you pick up those, like the basics, quote unquote. What's the red line at 51.4? A point of control of the short range that we had at the lows close to 49. Yeah, let's see T. Clepson. Would be nice, of course, would be nice to have that. You said in one of your previous video, what made you go long? And did you exit that? Yes, yeah. If that's something you can share. Yes, I exited, yes. But that's also because of my trading style. So I can absolutely talk about this. So I'm a big fan of taking profit. Of course, you don't like taking a relatively quick TP1 can feel safe, right? Now, I tend to only TP at levels on my chart. So when I do not have anything anywhere, I do not press any buttons. I do not take any profits. I need a reason to TP, and the reason is always support areas or resistance areas based on the analysis, right? So clearly, the latest resistance we've hit is the daily, right? So naturally, that's an area where I'm interested to get out of my stuff, right? So yeah. So and I closed. What I also really like, and this is personal trading style, but I do like to close trades. So when I am happy with my risk reward ratio, right, and of course the profit, but I care more about RR than the number. Like, I swear, if I could remove, and maybe I'm a noob because I've never deep dived so much into platforms. I just trade with whatever I have. But if I could remove the dollar value on an exchange, I would, because it's not important at all, right? I want to remove that. It's psychology. I want to get rid of that number. Just give me the RR, right? Just give me like 0.1, 0.5, 1. Like, that's interesting. So if I position my stop loss in the books and price is moving into profit, let me know what my RR is. I don't care about the money, right? But anyway, I care about my RR, and when I'm happy with the RR, when we hit my first area of resistance, I just get out, because I hate the feeling of how can I say this? Like, I love the feeling of closing a trade. Does that sound weird to you guys? Like, and it doesn't mean like, how can I explain? I like the feeling of closing a trade. Like, you just take it. You know what I mean? Like, and I don't care if price then continues after my resistance, but I just like to have it done, right? Like, okay, I got it, I'm done, and I go on with my day, and I do other stuff, right? I can enjoy the profit. It doesn't matter. I do not mind having TPs as well, right? So a TP1 and a TP2. However, I know, based on my, especially in the past and based on my performance, I tend, if price moves up and I am in a 1 to 3 RR or 1 to 4 RR position and I TP, I tend to TP too little, because there is the potential little bit of a greedy factor, right, that I may have. So I prefer nowadays that if I'm happy with the RR, just close it. If it's a 1, 2, 3, right, just get rid of it. Like, okay, resistance hit, boom, bum, up, next setup, right? So and that's day trading. Swing trading is very different. It's very different. But I love to close trades because it helps me from a psychology point of view, which you can only experience from experience, like from actually being part of the market, right? You will find out that if you TP, like, you need to, first of all, keep track of your trades, make a journal. But if you notice, like, hey, I'm often TPing, but then price reverses, or I am TPing, but then I'm messing things up after, right? And I feel I make a mistake or whatever, or price goes back to break even, or it's still whatever it is. But it did hit my resistance. So why don't you close it, right? So like, yeah, I mean, it depends. It's different per person. But for me, I really like to close trades when the RR is 1 to 3 or higher, when we hit my resistance. And 1 to 2 is like, that's like the area where I'm like, my TP, it depends a little bit maybe on the reaction, but anything high to 3 or above, I tend to just get out. Yeah, makes it easy. So fishing, I don't want to fish, I want to trade. Fishing is very nice, actually. What's up, Power Me? Do you ever find the information that other Diamond members share with you and incorporate? I'm sure there must be a lot of yes. Well, so first of all, I have my trading strats, right? And they're very clear to me. It's the way I like to trade, and just that's the way I like to move forward. However, because other Diamond members do track their own data, their own statistics. They sometimes share stuff about their strategy, like I use this and that and this and that. Sometimes I get in touch with a tool I didn't know, or people share statistics, which is interesting. And especially back in the day, Jarvis, I'm not sure if you're here, mate, but Jarvis, one of the first ever members in Diamond. 1 second here, hold it. So one of the first ever members in Diamond, he, first of all, great trader, great person, and very, very disciplined. Love to see it, right? Love to see it. Very disciplined. Created his own Excel sheets to track statistics. I shared the statistics sheets that I use, but he developed one for himself. And he used my strategy, but he didn't immediately trade my strategy. He first tracked statistics of my strategy for a month to see if it really works. Then he started trading the strategy, did incredibly well, then started to use it on other coins except Bitcoin, still did very well, especially Ethereum, Solana. And then also based on his data, he saw a couple of things, now I can't go in detail, which eventually also, because of course we're always discussing, and because he traded my style, we also started to talk about improving the strat in certain ways. So yes, like there's definitely potential for me to improve things or think about things to improve my way of trading based on what others do. Yeah. And then I go back and I'll check it myself, and yeah. Once you have a plan or a strategy, you're always in step 4, which is tweaking and adjusting to make it even better. Do you use logarithmic charts? I use linear charts, so arithmetic on the lower time frames and logarithmic on weekly or higher. Unless on a daily time frame, I'm so zoomed out that, of course, price on a chart is a couple of 100% move. On altcoins, I tend to move to logarithmic a lot quicker on the 1 hour or 4 hour, depending on the percentage move, because that's the thing with logarithmic. If I analyze a chart that has moved up by over 150%, you kind of need to go into log charts. Start to end of 3. Yeah, maybe, but from an Elliott wave point of view, the most common is the 1.236 to the 1.618, and then the 0.618 and the 1-to-1, giving you an area. I've never read about the minus 0.236, but it's an interesting one to add, right? One can add it to the pool of tools and just add it to the area. Maybe it makes the area a little bit bigger. You're doing good? Doing good. So far, so good. I actually was planning to go quote unquote soon, already half an hour ago, but then price started moving, so now it's interesting. Can we combine on-chain or macro data? I'm completely clueless about fundamentals, Timur, so I won't be able to answer that question. But to be RD and then, oh, you're talking about a triangle. Yeah, I mean, look, whatever the fundamentals are, because I'm not involved with that stuff, you can have, of course, a D and an E at the prices that you mentioned, yes. But the remaining waves of the triangle should be simple. So a 5-3-5, not complex, right? So you don't want WXYs anymore. And it's still too early to really give a triangle the highest probabilities because of D not being in. Was asking for your best trade in the past. Oh, I see. My best trade in the past. Those would be swing trades, not necessarily day trades. I'm very tight with my day trades. My best swing trade was taken at about 18K. And that was very much also supported by Elliott waves in combination with CVD back in the day. So as price here moved up, I compounded here. So actually my first entry was lower. But first of all, we have this move up, we had this move down, and I wasn't interested yet here, right? So we're talking about the low on Bitcoin. And then we move up, very long sideways range. From an Elliott wave point of view, this range was a little confusing because you can see how long this structure is compared to your move up here, right? Very long. So it was not easy to count this as like a 1-2. So I wasn't really too interested yet. But my interest started here. This is where I started to be like, okay, at 16, 17, and then as price moved up and volume came in, you just, you compound. And if you would go back in time on whatever, 1 hour, 4 hour time frame, you will see that as price moved up, it did so in a staircase structure, right? So you have like this and that and that and that, and it just kept doing this. And on the CVD, what you saw as well is bullish, 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 bullish. And I was like, yo, like we've been going down for so long, right? We have a high volume low over here, right? I'm not too like, if this is this a 1 and 2, I don't know, right? Like, yeah, we have a 5-wave structure to the upside. There is, there was overlap here. So are we looking at diagonals? La-di-la-di-la. But the moment I saw this, I was like, yo, I'm in. And then I wrote it all the way. So I wrote it all the way up. Now, initially, if you watch my videos here, we had in mind a potential ABC here, a flat, right? So as price moved up in volume, what I was looking for, once you get this, I was looking for, okay, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then another 4, 5, right? I did not see this coming back in the day, right? So initially you're like, okay, potential A, B, C here, B hit the common target. In hindsight, everything is easier, but nonetheless, I mean, it's a brilliant, brilliant swing. And again, I do like to close my trades, right? And then I look for new opportunities. But arguably that is like the best one that I have had. 1 second here, put this on the chart. You should check the CVD there as well. I'm not sure if we can go back that far on AGGR though. Checking. Golden pocket. I would like to the upper daily. I'm gonna leave that one. It will be one I remember. I prefer to do this. Yeah. Let's see. I'm not sure how far we can go back in time. Turn this off. Oh yeah. Wait, can I maybe even go to a 1 hour? How far do we? Not so sure. So here, this is 4 hours, so it's zoomed out, right? But you'll get it nonetheless. So you can see that here on the chart, right? And again, this is 4 hour. Preferably you use the 1 hour, but we can't go back that far. But here you can see, right? Structure to the upside. This is your low. I'm not yet interested, right? And then price moves up, like higher highs, higher lows, structure to the upside, higher low in price. Look at yellow here, lower low on the CVD, right? On yellow, right? And that was like the first time I entered. And then a price continued towards the upside, continuing to show the bullish CVDs. Again, this is 4 hour. I would love to show you the 15-minute because there's a lot more detail to this. But at least we can count the first time here. So I mean that's something. that I can show. But then as price moves to the upside, price continued. I like an exactly similar moment was at the 53K low. So here, this was a great one for me as well, where here as well, we had bull, bull, and then bull, 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 bull. I was like, okay, yeah, let's go. So, yeah. And I use more tools, of course. I use a whole set of confluences, and I have rules, and I have my support resistance areas and the target boxes. And, you know, of course, there's more to it. But those were... at least the one at the low, that was one of the best. But make sure you have a plan and a strat. I just happen to know exactly, of course, what I'm looking for, and it's quite. I have like one strategy I have has 7 entry rules, which I need to check. I have another one that is a lot more simple though. The P&L column, but just the dollar value. 70k short shit has felt like a relationship with a woman. A bit of a greedy goblin. Everyone sometimes struggles with psychology, I can imagine. What's up, Sam? How you doing? Welcome. Good to have you here, man. Fishing is the best time spending your life. I love fishing, man. It's great fun. I love putting the fish back as well, by the way. But in South Africa, with a friend there, we always fish in the ocean. And in the Netherlands, that's the first time I went fishing ever in the Netherlands with my friends. Caught like this. My first ever fish was literally the smallest fish you can imagine, but I was super happy. But Sam doing well. Gotta go like very soon though. Like we've been here for a lot longer than I initially imagined. I don't know him, so I can't really, I don't have an opinion. Tips or rules to figure out 1-2-1-2 patterns. I have a video about multi-1-2 in case you haven't seen it, which is this one here. I made a whole playlist. Everything you need to know about Elliott waves can be found there. It's very to the point, very short and snippy, right? Like very to the point. But it pretty much has all the information. Pa-pa. 55.3 here. That one is of course getting close. I mean, we have a very simplistic support resistance area. Oops. Right. So this is what's going on now. The golden pocket is of course just below us. Interesting. And then of course the golden pocket would invalidate wave 4, increasing probabilities for 3-wave structures. Yeah, the 3-wave structure, of course, from 49k, difficult for the bulls. And if you start to continue creating 3-wave structures, like, you know, of course, we have a 3-wave structure down as well, higher probability. So it increases probabilities to still move sideways for a longer period of time. But the bulls definitely need impulsive structures up, not corrective structures. So, of course, if you do end up again here with a 3-wave move and you touch the 618, I'd be looking for WXY or an ABC, like potential flat, but the WXY would be first. Look for signs of strength, area of support on the chart. And you're then again looking for another 3-waver of a low, right? So it's not great for bulls, like long-term, higher time frame. Why the puck is falling? Yeah, selling. Never did fishing. Wait, men fishing is like, I'm a proper keen angler. Yo, Joe, you got like the whole, like the belt and everything. Yeah, I saw this video the other day. Like, look, this is social media, of course, but I saw this video of this guy. sitting on a air, like air thing, whatever. Like what's the name? Not an air balloon, like a rainbow air horse with a flat surface. So this guy was sitting in the flat surface, and then it had like this rainbow horse, and he was like drifting into the ocean because this guy had a fucking shark on his line. And then these people on the boat, so first of all, that guy didn't film, but then the people on the boat approached him because they saw something. You may have seen, yeah, unicorn, thank you. And so they like went to that guy. They started filming on their phone. Wait, you got to see this. This is very random in the middle of like a live stream, but unicorn, fish, shark. I mean, come on, this guy. Yeah. You must have seen this video, right? Shark pulls guy 2 miles in ocean in a unicorn, here. This is the guy sitting in the fucking unicorn, having a shark on his line, drifting in like 2 kilometers away from shore, and then he gets pulled in the boat, gets himself a belt, and then they battle the shark. Like, what the fuck, man? Those are stories you're gonna tell your children, right? Well, hilarious. But I don't fish often. But when I'm in South Africa, I love to go. Yeah, not really here, but you have an aquarium. Well, you can fish in your aquarium. Can't find this from any other channel. Some of the other channels just talk shit. Welcome, Sam. I appreciate you being here, man. And thanks for saying that. I'm happy to hear you like the content. Of course, I'm not really focused on others, but by all means, if you are happy here, I'm happy to hear it. So thanks for that. The second Sam. So gotta keep one fish to eat. Aussie got the best fish. Yo, John, we're gonna go fishing in Aussie, man. Yo, T Clapson. Wait, did you go from Trans Pro to T Clapson now? Changed account? Where do you see price going next? Well, still for me, counting this as a 4 is very long in time. So I would prefer to look now for W, X, and Ys as well. Like, I would love to go down to the golden pocket and support that we have below. Double zigzag is not invalidated. We didn't, it's a lower probability, but we didn't touch the 0.7. Probabilities are highest. We count this as an ABC, a finished, this as a separate structure, and then look, for another potential ABC. Can this still become a flat? Yes. Oh, that's something to at least keep in mind. 1 second. But if this is a flat, this needs to be an A, and this needs to be a wave B by itself, because you cannot have a flat wave B in a flat. So this needs to be a 3-wave structure, but it currently looks better as a 5-wave structure. So wouldn't really be looking for flats too much. But yeah, probabilities with this move down, they do increase for a 3-wave structure up, not an impulse up. Oh, lol, news. Imagine. We didn't hit the invalidation. It's just that time, it's such a long way 4 compared to 2. It's not great. I would prefer this as a single structure. Oh. 3. Okay, we did finish after. Yeah, I would prefer seeing a double zigzag, ABC correction, short correction in an X, and then another ABC. Look for support. WXY. When is the weekend? What day is it today? Wednesday. Wednesday. So preferably in the weekend we go sideways. So if we keep that in mind. This was weekend price action. We haven't yet hit the wave 4 invalidation, but we're quite we're quite close. We're below 05. Yeah, I don't really. I'm not a big fan of counting this as a 5 waver now. I would prefer counting this as a new structure. So either you look for A, B, C, and then a continuation of the range, or a W, X, and then a wave Y, which increases probabilities for a 3 wave up. Making things even more fun on the 4 hour and the daily time frame. We do have a bullish CVD. What am I doing? We do have bullish CVD on the 15 here, but that's not interesting to me. That's the thing. With this low, higher low in price, lower low, or we had on yellow. Actually, we are not in a lower low scenario now. That's interesting. Yeah, we had it here. I don't like these green lines. No. I want to see, like for the bulls, you really want to see local strength now. I don't care about the bullish CVDs with the previous lows. I need to see it here, which at the moment, of course, we don't. I spoke about the bearish CVDs on the 15 and then locally on the 3 min. There was no bearish or bullish CVDs here at all. So yeah, I from a probabilities perspective, probabilities are higher. You have a finished wave here due to time 4 versus 2, and therefore the probabilities are higher to count this as a finished structure. But because of this move down, I would look for WXY double zigzag, which would work if we have a 3 wave. Look for a 3 again. Weekend coming up as well. How fast do we go? Who knows? But then look for another move up later, and preferably do not touch the 0.7. So preferably we don't actually go to the bottom of the box. If we do, then a double zigzag WXY is low probability, so we have to then start thinking about sideways structures. So this is what I found interesting. Time wise, preferably your high is or your correction is not ended. The probabilities remain higher on the 1 hour, 4 hour time frame to still take these highs at a later stage. I would love to see a range between 60K here and the low that we made here at 52, and arguably between what we have going on here, these two boxes now. Yeah, that would be nice. At least like having 60K as a bit of a maximum target. If you pass 60, yeah, okay, 62 next pretty much. But at least we got some nice action, no? Freshwater specimen fishing in the UK, really, so always catch and release, but happy to catch and eat when sea fishing. Sea fishing? Yo, fresh tuna sashimi on the boat was a lovely experience. Yo, Joe, count me in. Count me in next time. Next time. I got a buddy in the UK, entrepreneur. His name is Tudor. He is in water systems and all that stuff. And he was in Nice, but back to the UK now. Yo, I swear, when I visit the UK, I'm gonna say it on a live stream, and hopefully you're there. We can go fishing. I just self-invited me to come fish. I have zero experience with open sea fishing. I've only stood on shore with my thing, and also in rivers with carp. That was fun though, because they're feisty. They're feisty little like fucks. You know, actually they're quite big, but the carps are fun. And also catch the what's that, like very slimy fish? The with the long like you know, these ones, the catfish. Caught those as well. And then in South Africa, my biggest one is a what's the flat one again? The big flat ones. 1 second, I gotta open. What's the big flat, like flappy with the tail that can sting you? Chat, you guys know, someone here knows. Yeah. I'm gonna find a picture of the one that I caught. Oh damn. WhatsApp web doesn't go back that far. Oh well, I can share it in Discord. But I caught a big one. Stingray. There you go. Stingray. Oh yeah, thanks chat. Stingray. Yeah. And then I had the one I had was a blue stingray, South Africa coast. Yeah, this one like these. Like, man, beautiful animal. It took me an hour to get this thing to shore. Fuck, man, they're like toughies, eh? They don't like to be caught. Man, it took me an hour. My arms were tired. Manta. Yeah, that's the next step. Could you do a quick summary of your bullish and bearish scenario on the short time frame? I can do a summary by the end. I'm gonna wrap things up soon. Diagonals again 10 year early. Yeah, exactly. Diagonals never have the highest probabilities unless a wave 4 is in. Cup and handle. Cup and handle is like a traditional pattern, which I don't really trade, so I wouldn't really be looking for a cup and handle. I think actually, Thomas, you probably look for a reversed cup and handle now. 49k to 65k to 52k with this being the handle. That could be interesting. Activate translation. Ooh, I don't know how to do that. How do I activate translation? That would be something for next time though. Checking settings, restrictions, category, playlist, audience, age restriction. It's not made for kids. Tags. Language, title and description, caption certification. Okay, that's not translation. Recording date and location, license. I can't do anything with direct translation. You might need to use AI for that on your side to make that happen. Are there any duration rules for the 886? No. No. So like in the example I've shown earlier on the 4 hour, right? So of course, eventually if you would get like a big impulse down, obvious. But for example here, this one took long. And we might get ourselves something similar here. 1 second, where is the, oh here. 886, high to low, toggle on the 886, right? So we had an initial like ABC here, range, and then bloop. We got the second leg. So this took a long time. The 886 was touched 6 p.m. Monday, and we eventually moved above the 886 here on Saturday. So it took like 5 days. Of course, commonly it happens quite quick, you know, but yeah, you do have, of course, those moments where it doesn't. But the fact, like, it's the 886 now in combination with the 382 FIB time on the 4 hour, right? Those are the two that are in confluence with one another. Yes, wait, Trans Pro T Clepson, what's going on? Is that like your iPad account and your mobile account or something? Bull has to cover the candle. Stingray. Thanks, guys. You guys are so knowledgeable, man. When I forget about my words, you guys at least know what I talk about. Yeah, they stick to the bottom. Exactly. And the problem is that what you cannot do is once the stingray sticks to the bottom and he has his face directed to the ocean, of course you can't just pull them, right? Your line's gonna break. So you gotta like walk the beach, right? You go left and you go right, and then or you wait, and once it starts moving, that's when you like, you know, take some action. You wanna turn that nose towards the beach. But yeah, not that easy. We call that a cow stingray. I'm not really familiar with the names. I would love to show you a picture, but I think I only have that on my phone. Wait. Gallery. Okay. Let me go to March. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Wait, 1 second. 1 second. I'm gonna... This is... Oh, wait. I don't... This is another one, but that's also fine. You at least know what I'm... Yeah, this was another one, but at least I can show this. Wait, 1 second. Now we're talking. This is not the blue one. This is a brown one, but it's still a stingray. So this one also took an hour. Was on a different day. Okay, open this. Open a new tab. Upcoming 1, 2, 3. So yeah, that's me. And fishing with friends. Yeah, caught this one. They're heavy, eh? They're heavy. Yo. So I forgot the name of this. Maybe this is the cow. I have no idea. But this is not the blue one. This is the brown one. I can't find a picture this quick of the blue one. So yeah, happy face. Blauw, yeah. Well, it's not Blauwbergstrand. We caught these on the northeast west coast. Yeah, that's a stingray. Yeah, that's a stingray. So we caught. You're the one wearing the hat. Oh, and on the picture, yes, that's me. That was me. No, we go further north on the west coast, about a 1.5 to 2 hour drive from Cape Town. Yeah. Yeah, if we go up from here in a diagonal, so you then need... Oh, you mean the bigger diagonal, probably on like a 4 hour daily time frame? Because here at the moment, I'm not really looking for a diagonal myself now. Joe, the biggest I've caught is 183 LB Siamese carp in Thailand. Mekong fish at the same lake. I can take you carp fishing in the UK, bro, for sure. But the tuna fishing was a charter on holiday. Wow, you got yourself a great charter like trip on holiday. But yo, carp fishing, yeah, I'm in. Yeah, that's great, man. 183 Siamese carp. How'd you pull that thing out of the water? Must have taken a lot of effort. Yo, congrats, man. That's amazing. Like, so a family, so the nephew of my wife, right, they live in Durban. And Joe, I'm not sure if you know about South Africa, but Durban, they have big fish. And he is a fisher guy, right? So, and so is his dad, the uncle of my wife. And they have a boat and they then go, they go into the ocean and they go fish there. And some of the pictures they come back with, it's insane. It's incredible. I never saw a fish that big. I've seen sharks because I did shark cage diving in South Africa, and those are big, but it's not like a fish that I'm catching on a line, you know what I mean? Explosion in Bitcoin. Interest lowering and explosion. Oh, it would be interesting for the bull market, of course. We move up in a diagonal from 55,600. Oh, wait, you're talking about the low here. So now a diagonal. Oh, so 1, 2, and then 3, 4, 5 in that case. That would be a bit early for me at the moment to look for diagonals here. I would need a wave 4 of a diagonal to be in, really. Bonjour, Osmos. The bigger time frame. Oh, okay, I see. Yeah, on the 4 hour, the daily. Yeah, I know what you mean. For the daily diagonal, I'd still like a wave 4 to be in, really. Yeah, I don't know. I actually don't know what he got. Of course, he got killed with one. Cheers, Thomas. Hedge mode, mate. You can turn it off. Trans Pro. You gotta know the platform. Just go to your settings, right top. Right, click on the settings. It opens a window, right, on the right side of your screen. Just scroll down and you can change it. You can turn it off. So you always adapt your trading environment to what you like to have. So you can just turn it off. If you have, of course, any feedback, I of course have a direct line as well with them. Just let me know, and I can always ask them to improve stuff. One of the main upgrades I asked is to when I enter a position, I like to enter quick. I don't want to fill in my TP and stop loss, so I want to move it on the chart. So I just enter, then I grab my position, and I can move up for TP or down for stop loss for longs, and vice versa, of course. So I'm happy with the hedge mode being on. It's easy to place orders both ways. Yes. That is true, but of course, if it's not something you enjoy, you can always, of course, turn it off. But it seems you enjoy it, but also not enjoy it. So yeah, let me know. Just write me a DM or write me in the questions to Koen or something in Discord. If you have any feedback, I'll just revert to them, and they'll get to work. Yeah. I finished my interview. Yo, Serdar, welcome back. You're talking about a job interview there? Gotta go, be productive. Yo, cheers, Adam. Thanks for being here, man. Thanks for being here. Probabilities to test 50.51, then 60. If this turns out to be a flat, then yes. 51 is still very low. You would need a solid deep move. And if we have a finished structure here and an ABC for a WX and then another Y, 50.51 is very low. So preferably you would then look for a flat, but the beginning of your B it's not really as sharp because of how high this second leg up went here. Which value area, low, and point of control do you have in the support box of this range here? These ones. So just this range. So the range of the weekend before we then move to the upside. No, you can put in your TP and your stop loss before entering your position, but I just don't want to do that because it costs time. So I just want to enter and then put it on the chart. But in order for you to, so I know you used a very, very old, what was it, Bitfinex or whatever, like a very old interface in the past. So this, of course, is modern. But if you go to your position window, right, on the right side, and you fill in this is my entry and la-di-la. If you go down, usually you got to tap a box depending on the platform you use, but let's say on Blowfin, you can select TP stop loss and then fill in the data. It's below your position size that's calculated based on your entry, and then you put in your size, right? Like that area of the window, and then below that. It's like in the, I suppose in like the, it's around the middle / like 2/3 of your screen. Yes, I love the drag version. That's what so when I was trading on Blowfin at the beginning, I couldn't drag. I don't like that. I want to drag my position. I want to drag my stop loss and my TP. So I gave them feedback. I said, I would really like this. And they put it, they made it, and the platform has been innovated since when was it? He sent me a message. 1 second. When did they finish the update? They finished it. Here, on August 29th. So that is where he said your request has been heard. You can now move your TP/stop loss directly on the charts. Charles is my direct line at Blowfin. Amazing guy. Like, really, he's so fast, man. He's so fast. He switches with the team all the time. Like, this, he's so good. And he's in Discord, by the way. If you have any questions, Trans Pro, right? T Clepson, just tag Junkie, because that's his name in the chat. Just look at Blowfin or at Junkie. You'll tag him. He's also in Discord to help you guys out. But yeah, so it's since August. And I'm very happy with that, because I don't want to waste time putting in the numbers. I just want to drag my position and then be happy. Job interview. Yo, good luck, Serdar. Good luck, man. Always nerve-wracking job interviews, and you have competition. Maybe you even have multiple rounds, right? Trying to like get the position. So, it's not easy. Anyway, let's do a summary, everyone, because I gotta get moving. On the 4-hour time frame, probabilities are higher. This is a 3-wave structure to the downside. Because of this, we can relate the move up with this move down as well. In time, the highs here are made before the 302 fib times, so therefore the probability is higher that this structure forming since the low is not yet finished, right? Even if it turns out to be a 3-wave, probabilities are higher to look for bigger corrective structures. Now, therefore, I have this on my chart, right? Being a W, X, Y, or potentially a flat A, B, C. What does reduce the probabilities a bit for a flat is that we retraced very high for our first retracement. So you had to move down, back up, hit the 886. It's very deep. So a WXY at the moment would arguably have a higher probability. Wait a second. Why did I take it from that low? I just realized. Lol. So 350. This is your target area, yo. Wow. Anyway, so common target area for your wave X here, right? And the 0.7 is important, because if you move down and hit the 0.7, you can't, or at least probabilities are very low to get a double zigzag, which means another zigzag up. The probabilities increase for a sideways WXY or the flat. But a WXY would have higher probabilities because your first move here retraced so high. And of course, for wave B, we have to go so low that preferably you get sharp structures. So yeah, something to keep in mind here. And then on the 1-hour time frame, bullish scenario would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Invalidation 4, 55, 3. We're getting quite close. Bearish CVDs we're building here. These have played out. And it's not yet invalidated, but at the moment the probabilities would be higher for a WXY, and that is mainly because of the latest move to the downside. So if we go to the 15, if we are looking for a wave 4 and a 5 up, we want to end a correction here. Of course, we could then say, okay, A, 3-wave B, and then a 5-wave C. C is then 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, right? Wait, I think I have that here. So this. However, yes, your wave 4 did not touch the 618 price, but your wave 4, your wave 4 is over 6 times longer than your wave 2, which is not preferred. It lowers the probabilities for it to be a wave 4. So even though it's not invalidated from a price perspective, it is incredibly long. Now, it has to be said that time is never it's always a guideline. Time is never a rule. But it lowers the probabilities for this to be a wave 4. Okay? So therefore, it lowers the probabilities that this is an A, B, and then a wave C. Increases the probabilities that this is something else. And that something else can result in a finished ABC, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here, looking for W, X, and then a wave Y, right? Preferably your X, 1 second here. Can this still be some flat? We are in a flat area for the potential of A, B, and then a wave C. However, that would mean that this is a three-wave structure because you cannot have a flat B in a bigger ABC. And this looks more as an impulse at the moment. I guess we can, I suppose, kind of agree on this looking at the moment better as an impulse. So yeah, flat ABC, not the greatest probabilities. If you hit 55.4, that is significantly reduced as well. So probabilities would fit better with counting here a W, X, and a Y, potential double zigzag, three wave, and look for another three wave to look at this support here. Right? So for the bulls, I mean, the bears are doing a good job. They were building bearish CVDs with market structure down. Right? As long as price is creating ranges here and we continuously have bearish CVD and more, we just look for price to go down. The bulls surely need a structure change, and then again bullish CVDs to the upside, right? Yeah, so oh, and then finally price hit the 886 here, right? So on the, I should now almost say like 4-hour time frame pretty much, but 1 hour, 4-hour time frame, probabilities remain higher to still take the highs here at a later stage. Probabilities are now higher for WXYs. We didn't officially invalidate wave 4 yet, so we definitely still have to wait. We got close, but we haven't hit it yet, right? So we got to wait. But the probabilities have increased for looking for corrective structures. And then for us to become bullish and actually look for the highs, we want to see price stabilize. First of all, range, grind back up, and then of course supported by bull CVD. So probabilities 4 hour, 1 hour, arguably higher to still sooner or later take out the high. And on the lower time frames, I mean, we just moved down now, so nothing really going on here. But the probabilities, yes, they're higher to take out the high. The question is, how do you take the high? Is that impulse or corrective? And with the move to the downside here at the moment, having a higher probability of being a separate structure. So instead of this being A, B, and C finishing here, probabilities are higher. This is a separate structure, which increases probabilities for WXYs compared to the impulse. So there you go. No, that's what I'm looking for, and all the good stuff. No solid fab. It has to be gifted. Added save time. Yeah, good to hear Transpro. Like Charles is, I gotta say, it's a great experience talking with him, because he's so fast, switching with the team all the time on Blowfin. Like, they add stuff consistently based on feedback from the group. My feedback, has it been implemented? No, your feedback as well. It's like, it's amazing. It's really good. They're very good in their service in that way. Do you see 49 being the low and the last drop September 5 being a higher high? Not yet. It's too early to give the bulls the highest probabilities on a daily. There's three wave structures everywhere, and it's too early for the bulls to call a higher, a bigger diagonal or a triangle at the moment. We need more information. So that's why I prefer to focus on price action locally compared to the daily at the moment. Also, make sure to check out the 37-minute update I did here. That's like mainly focused on the daily time frame. So if we touch 0.7, cannot be a flat at 60. And flats are still possible. But the 0.7 is more that a double zigzag reduces in probabilities. So that would be like W, X, and then a Y. X, my area of interest would be the blue box to observe price here. 54.7, 54.2 is a nice area of support. Golden zone, point of control, daily naked point of control, value area low. Yo, John, have a good night. And everyone, Thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. As always, we hang around much longer than I initially expect, but I love to live stream. I love to chat, Q&A, answer questions. So and I got to go to the gym soon as well with Wi-Fi. So, you know, time to go. If they could provide Trans Pro, just write me on Discord so that I can then forward it, or just tag Junkie in the meantime. But put it in the general questions or questions to Koen. So, thanks everyone. Time for me to walk with my CrossFit shirt into the gym. Sometimes I think about it like, oh, is there like competition between CrossFit and fitness? I don't think so. I just use my shirts everywhere. But hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you hanging around in the live stream. And thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for chatting. And tonight will be a normal update. Tomorrow will be, of course, another morning update and a live stream. And also tomorrow we have some news in the afternoon. So I'll be live again, 2:30 p.m. I believe it is. Let me quickly double check. Tomorrow, Thursday, September, 2:30 p.m. PPI monthly. So interesting times, interesting week. So thanks for being here. Gonna catch you at the next one.